r/Askreddit. What's the most ridiculous rule in your place of work? I'm a teacher, so I have a million stupid rules I have to follow. But the worst one is that my performance evaluation is based on student improvement on the STAR literacy test. I teach woodshop. At my old job, HR held a meeting to tell us that there was too much swearing on the sales floor. Someone raised their hand and pointed out that swearing is very common in our industry and that is the way that our customers speak. HR later sent out a memo explaining that swearing should be limited to conversations with clients. It was amazing. I used to work at a place in which my boss implemented a no more than 2 glasses a day water policy. What a cunt. I ignored this rule and complained directly to our CEO, and the matter ended later that day. What was weird though was the majority of people actually followed the rule, and some even shopped me up to HR about breaking the rules. I left not long after that because not only was my boss a bellend, but if my colleagues were going to hour over me drinking water, then I obviously couldn't trust them. Had a workplace time our bathroom breaks and deduct them from our allotted 15-minute breaks or lunch. We had to go see the office manager to get a key to open the restroom. As soon as we left his office he would start a timer. When you got back he would stop the timer and tell you how much time you needed to deduct from your lunch or next break. They watched our breaks like a hawk. Also, if you made a mistake they would stand over you and time you while you fixed it and deduct that from your lunch or breaks. You couldn't bring anything that smells for lunch and they had no way of heating anything up. I worked out my contract and split. The VP of our company just held a mass meeting to tell all of us we can't have pictures or plants or food or any form of non-office supplied object on our desk. Tons of co-workers have family pictures or their kids' finger paintings pinned up on the cubicle walls. All that has to be removed. People were pissed. My dad told me this one a while back. He used to work for a PR firm. The way he described the office environment, think The Office but in the 1980s. The company hired a corporate efficiency specialist to come in and improve things. She came in and implemented all kinds of rules, which seemed to follow some sort of caste system. Her philosophy was, the higher your office rank, the more perks you get. Her idea of perks: number of pictures you are allowed in your cubicle. Whether you are allowed to have a potted plant or not. Coffee mugs were only allowed to senior employees. Others had to use paper cups. Being allowed to leave the office for lunch was also considered a perk. Needless to say, a coup soon followed, and she was tossed out on her hiney. Dress code policy is just dumb at my work. Different positions have different requirements. Even though we all work in the same office. My favorite rule though is the one on shorts. We can wear shorts on Fridays between Memorial Day and Labor Day. However, the shorts can't have pockets on the side. It was written to discourage ratty cargo shorts. But the way in which it is written allows me to wear gym shorts. So I do. Once worked at a place where some mini boss decided that since UPS trucks don't turn left, we shouldn't either. I don't know or care how well that worked out for UPS, but this was a goddamned ambulance company with a 911 contract. I will turn left if and when I fucking need to turn left. Edit, follow up, I don't know if UPS trucks turn left or not, or if that is beneficial for them or not, and frankly I don't care. The point is that mini boss thought they did, and that was the reasoning he gave. He was an idiot. I did not stay there long. Not my current job, but I used to work for some crazy people. 1. You had to stand in a specific area while eating so they could see you on the camera. 2. Don't talk to customers longer than 3 minutes unless you're making a big sale, even then, keep it short. 3. Answer the phone within 2 rings, keep the conversation to less than 30 seconds. 4. You can't talk to your coworkers outside of work. 5. You can't talk to your coworkers while at work, even if there was not a single customer in the store. I'm sure there's more I just can't think of right now. Old job of mine in a warehouse. Our stations were pretty far apart, so when we'd listen to music we'd all usually have our own stuff playing. Not a problem since you could barely hear the neighbors' music. Well, the CEO didn't like hearing multiple songs when walking through the warehouse. He made a rule that we all either had to listen to the same music, or none at all. We got a new vacation policy where you could take unlimited time off. When he announced it, we looked at the big boss like he had a dick growing out of his forehead. All the while he assured us that if we wanted vacation, to take it. Really? A little bit afterward, he changed it to discretionary time off, meaning that if your boss approved it, it was okay. Then it changed to 160 hours should be the max, and if you go over 200 hours then you probably don't need to work here. I once needed a pen. Figured this was a reasonable ask. Went to the supply closet on my floor, which was locked. Asked the floor's admin, she told me to go to the main supply room in the basement. Went to the basement and explained my situation of needing a pen. They told me all requests for supplies must be approved by my department head. Problem is, being new, I'd never met my department head. She also worked in San Francisco, I worked in Milwaukee, so I needed to send an email both introducing myself, and asking her if I had permission to get a pen from the supply closet. If you had to take a leave on Monday or Friday so that you have an extended weekend of 3 days instead of 2, it was counted as 3 days leave, counting in Saturday and Sunday. Deal with that. Edit, this was in a small private company in India dealing with medical writing. If you are 1 minute late it is a tardy. If you take a half day nothing goes on your record. I was told to just take a half day if you are going to be late because they straight up fire you for tardies. Also if you clock out early it is a tardy. If you have to go to the doctor on lunch break and it is going to take an hour and 10 min, take the rest of the day off. Weird. Fireman, our risk management department decided long ago that poles were too risky for us. So we use the stairs. We have poles. Anyway, now the newest rule is no free weights, as in no free weights to work out, stay fit. Go into burning high-rise absolutely, walk around the station carrying 40-pound dumbbells, too risky. We aren't allowed to wear jackets unless they are purchased from the resort gift shop with the hotel name logo on it. They are $50 plus and we don't get reimbursed, but it's the price you pay to stay warm in the cold months. Former job, there was trouble when I, officially, moved desks and my new desk had a phone with call display. Apparently call display phones were allowed for people at a certain pay level. Your pay level also governed the height of your cubicle walls. My manager's solution was to promote me. Another former job, we were mandated to work on an engineering-related research project outside of work hours, because a responsible engineer always gives back to the engineering community. I could live with that. However, your project had to be related to the company's business. We have to do all of our paperwork at least 3 times. There is a copy of it in our personal folders, a copy online, and a copy in our store folders. Not only does it waste time and paper, but forgetting to do one has gotten people fired. They did the other 2 identical pieces of paperwork confirming that yes, they did take out the trash and yes, they did check the store voicemail, but how dare they forget to do the 3rd piece of identical paperwork. Our weekly visits from corporate revolve around whether or not we've all done this paperwork. It's so redundant. My workplace doesn't let you use the word problems. Instead, we have to say challenges if something is wrong. As a problem is a negative word, and challenges promotes the fact that there is room to fix said problem. Former job at a law office, one of the partners sent an email to the entire staff that employees were not allowed to gossip in the building. What was everyone gossiping about, you ask? Oh, said partner was divorcing his wife and sleeping with one of the associate attorneys in the firm. But, you know, don't gossip. All the extra toilet paper in the building has to stay in a single closet where it can be overseen by the toilet paper queen. I heard her shrieking the other day when she discovered someone had hoarded one spare roll of toilet paper upstairs so the people who work upstairs wouldn't have to walk down multiple flights of stairs when the toilet paper ran out. Edit, it's the cheapest, one-ply toilet paper available on the giant rolls that only fit in the special dispensers. I can't imagine anyone wanting to steal it. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more.